welcome back to Chronically Overdressed. So we've made it. We finally made it to DC. We are staying in a kind of a apartment hotel in the Alexandria area. It's really close to my husband's work. I'll give you a little tour in a second. And yeah, so I had planned to really try to document the whole trip. But it proved to be a lot more difficult than I had expected. I really just didn't have the equipment set up for the car ride and being able to film kind of, where we were going. And honestly, we literally just drove. We didn't stop anywhere because we had the dogs. It was difficult to get Harriet in and out of the car. We wanted to minimize that as much as possible. And then of course Fiona can't walk, so we would have to carry her everywhere. So we just drove for 7-8 hours a day, got to the hotel, crashed, got up the next morning and started it all over again. So there really wasn't a whole lot to document. So that's why it's taken me an extra week to kind of put some stuff together. But we made it. We arrived in San Diego, which was amazing. We got to spend a few days in San Diego, which is my hometown. So it was really nice. I hadn't been there in about 7 years. And it was just really nice to see my city, and I saw some friends, which was great. And of course, I got to eat my favorite Mexican food. And a trip to San Diego is not complete unless you go visit Bad Madge & Company Vintage in South Park. After spending a few days in San Diego, we got on the road. We went to Los Angeles to go pick up Harriet. All right, Harriet, you ready for our big road trip? Packed her all up in the car and we headed off. The first night we stayed in Kingman, Arizona, and that was probably the worst night that we had. It was we stayed at a Motel 6, which was just awful. We did not get much sleep at all that night. So we got up pretty early and just headed out because we just needed to get out of that room. So then we ended up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which was amazing. I'd never been to that kind of like downtown, old town area in Albuquerque. We did that in the morning. and drove around a little bit. My husband goes there a lot for work, and so he had, you know, some places that he wanted to show me. And after Albuquerque, we ended up in Shawnee, Oklahoma for an evening, and that was probably one of the longer drives that we had. I think it was almost like 9 hours. And so it was completely dark when we got there. I didn't know, I had not been to Oklahoma. I've never driven through Oklahoma. So I didn't really know what it looked like, but I woke up to a really beautiful view from our hotel room the next morning. So that was it was a nice treat. And then we drove through to Tennessee, and then on to Roanoke, Virginia. And then we ended up here in Alexandria. And here is a tour of our temporary apartment. We're here. We'll probably be in this little hotel for probably 2 months. Our stuff is not supposed to be here until like the end of January. And that includes our unaccompanied baggage. We didn't realize that it wasn't going to be here until almost the same time as our regular stuff. It doesn't normally happen that way, but because everything happened so quickly, we really only had a month to get everything together. Normally you send your unaccompanied baggage like 2 months ahead of time, and so it's here and waiting for you. But we do have 2 months. We're allowed 2 months to stay here while we look for a place. So that is what we will be doing starting probably this weekend. We're going to start driving around and trying to figure out where, you know, what areas we really want to live. The last time we lived here, we lived in Baltimore, and my husband worked down here in D.C. And that was a really long trek for him, and I do not want that to happen again. So we really want to have something that's a little bit closer to his work, and something that's just an easier commute for him, because I mean, he was driving a good 2 hours each way, and we don't want that to happen again. Traffic around here is pretty bad, so you know, if we can find somewhere that's close by, then that would be amazing. So yeah, we're gonna start looking at places, and hopefully I will document some of that as well if they allow me to film, just so you can see what some of the houses in the area look like, and hopefully find our house. So thank you so much for going on this little journey with me. It was, I know it's been a long time coming, and hopefully I will be, be continuing to create some content that is my normal content. I know we've got a lot more things to do here, so I will be, filming anytime we go to a flea market or vintage shop, or pretty much anywhere we go. I definitely want to bring you along with, and share everything that's going on in our lives. I am very excited. You can see I did my hair last night. I've got it all in rollers. I am really excited to see how my hair turns out now that we are out of Hawaii. The humidity level is not going crazy, and the water is different. So I will definitely report back. Maybe I'll do a little short or something that so you can see how my hair turned out. And I'm hoping to get a haircut soon. I didn't bring my scissors with me, so I can't do my own haircut. But I'd really love to have go to a hair salon and just have my hair done. It would be really nice. So hopefully that'll happen soon if I can find someone. But yeah, I will hopefully be back to my regular content and regular posting. But thank you so much for coming along with me, and I really appreciate all of your encouragement and all of your comments. And you know, just know that I've read everything, and I really appreciate all of the love and support that you guys are giving me. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.